Hello, this is Dr. Howard, and the purpose of this short screencast is so that I can show you around a little bit inside the web space we'll be using for our course. When you log into the D2L area in Armstrong's e-classroom, you're going to land on a main page that'll look something like this. On the right-hand side of the page, you want to take note of the news column, which will begin with this Let's Begin header and message from me. As you scroll through this material, you'll see some useful information, so you'll want to take note of that, including the class list link, which is described here, that lets you know about where you can go within the course so that you can see the names of your classmates so that you can begin to connect with them. There's also some other useful information in here, so be sure to read through it. Then at the bottom of the right-hand column, you'll note the course calendar. This is also something that's good to keep your eye on because the quiz dates for the quizzes you'll be doing based on the textbook readings are going to appear there on the calendar and help you stay on track. Please notice that across the top of the course screen there are these menus you can navigate. Course content takes you to links containing, not surprisingly, some of the content of our course. Communication is where you find spaces to communicate with each other and with me, the instructor. Assessments is where you will find access to the Dropbox, the place where you submit your assignments, but also take note of the rubrics and the quizzes that are stored in there. The rubrics are the pieces that I will use to grade and assess the written work that you submit into the Dropbox, and the quizzes are those quizzes you'll complete after you finish reading each of the textbook chapters. Course resources also contains some useful material that you'll want to look through, but perhaps of special interest you want to pay attention to the gradebook, which is here under course grades, so you can follow your progress in the class. Inside the content browser, you'll notice the Start Here, Open This Module First contains some welcoming material, some information about me and the course itself, also information about academic honesty, which we take very seriously here at Armstrong State, and an academic honesty quiz that you'll need to complete for course credit to be sure that you understand all the rules about obeying the honor code. Also notice the Getting Started for Students area contains some links to important resources. Take note of the Academic Support Services, Office of Disability Services, and detailed information about our honor code and plagiarism in particular. Navigating through the content browser, you'll see the left-hand column gives you a table of contents, which is a useful way to move through the course. And the subsequent modules after the Start Here and Course Resources collection will be the individual weeks of our class. Course Resources includes an overview that gives you some basic information, but perhaps most importantly, the syllabus. As with any other course, the syllabus is your key cornerstone document that will help you keep track of the major elements of the course and the way that they all fit together. You'll find contact information, more about our course objectives and requirements, as well as information about policies, grading, and the course schedule in there. Be sure to complete this Course Resources quiz, which will be also for points in the class to show me that you've gone ahead and read through some of this material to avoid any confusion. Also, please take note of the netiquette section, which has some guidelines to remind us all to treat each other with respect and professionalism as we interact. And then you'll see a link to our introductory discussion, and that's where we're going to meet each other, and that should be some interesting exchange. For each of the individual weeks of the class, you'll find inside there specific modules into which I've broken the material, and each module contains an overview, some lectures, video lectures that I've created for this course. There's also links to the quizzes that you'll need to complete after reading the textbook chapters and viewing the video lectures. You'll also find links to your primary source documents, your discussions, where we'll be communicating with each other and talking through some of this material, and also links in the later modules to the written assignments that you'll be completing. So I hope you found this overview useful. Most importantly, please remember, if you have any questions as the class proceeds, please don't hesitate to contact me. That's why I'm here. I am at ella.howard@armstrong.edu, and email is the best way to reach me, but I'm also available by phone, voicemail, or if you'd like to stop by during my office hours, I'm always happy to talk. So with that, let's go ahead and get started.